Chelsea Football Club, it looks like Xavi Simons was spotted at Stamford Bridge. Well, if you believe everything you see on the internet, you'd believe that. But we need to talk about it. I've got the evidence, I've got the clip. We can talk about it and see whether you think it's actually him. Furthermore, Matt Law's come out with credible information. He's basically said Chelsea are confident to get the player, but there are 3 players that are being spoken about going the other direction that Leipzig needs to pick from. We can talk about that. Furthermore, Garnacho. A lot of people said Garnacho to Chelsea is foolish. He's got attitude problems. Well, apparently, Chelsea did a background check on him. I don't know whether they hired the LAPD, the FBI, or the Metropolitan Police Service, but apparently he cleared it. I want to know what was checked. Plus, we take a deep dive into his number. And I'm going to say something that a lot of you will say, slap your mouth and do not say that nonsense again. His numbers are quite good. Then, we need to talk about Nicolas Jackson. Nicolas Jackson has come out on smoke. He's basically come out fighting for his position and said a few key things that, in my opinion, if I was the manager, music to my ears. Whether he actually backs it up, whether he's actively desperate now and he's going to say whatever it takes, we need to talk about it because Matt Law is linking him away from the club and there's been a domino that fell that basically pushes him towards Newcastle. And finally, we have a here we go. It's not Hato, it's Guiu. Guiu is going on loan to Sunderland. We're going to talk about it, we're going to see what it means, and we're going to break it down. So before we get started, number one, July has been amazing. July has been content crazy on the Kavkas View. We've released 28 videos, including today, and you lot have supported like never before. We are literally 10,000 views away from breaking the all-time ever best month. But for likes, we're up, subscribers were up, just content were up. Everybody is showing so much love, and I want to thank you guys because you guys enabled this channel to grow. So hit that like button for consistently watching for free because I deliver it for free, and subscribe if you're new because genuinely you get consistent, reliable, honest, transparent combos on this channel. I don't lie because I don't need to. I don't work for anybody. I am independent. My views are my views. If you disagree with them, so be it. Be respectful. We'll have a nice chat. If you agree with them, so be it. You clearly know what you're talking about. Let's keep it stepping. Xavi Simons. Look, it's got to the point now where social media has gone crazy, right? There's a camp that believe this deal's broken down. This deal's not happening. This is Mike Maignan 2.0. I get that camp. They're stressed. They have fallen in love with the idea of getting him into the squad. They have already started infatuating different tactical systems where we're playing 2 twin 10s, when we're playing 2 left wingers, 2 right wingers, 2 inverted fullback, 2 centre midfielders, pressing, zone 10, zone 15, all this tactical jargon that I don't understand. I'm not going to lie to you, right? And I don't pretend to understand it. Everyone for everyone, you know what I mean? If it's for you, it's for you. But when we start doing surveillance over players that look like players, taking photos from behind, I think we've gone too far. There's a picture taken of a gentleman who apparently looks like Xavi Simons, and allegedly the girl that's next to him, it looks like the missus of Xavi Simons. It's up to you to decide whether it's true. Apparently this video was taken on Wednesday and it's surfaced and it's going viral, and it's basically, oh, the deal was done, he was already at Stamford Bridge. I don't know. What we do know is what Matt Law said. Matt Law said, no official bid has gone in. I've explained why in the past. Chelsea trying to make sure they get all the conditions right. One bid, close the deal. Adios, amigo. Then, what is also happening is he believes this deal is going to get done. That's what he's optimistic about. But, and this is the big but, Leipzig are interested in 3 players, right? There are 3 players on Chelsea's roster or squad, depending on how you want to word it, that Leipzig are interested in. Number 1 is Armando Broja. For those of you that don't know, because you've forgotten, Armando Broja still plays for the club. He came through the Cobham Academy. When we sell him, he's pure profit. And more importantly, Broja's career is really stagnated. I feel really sorry for him. Went on loan, had a decent loan at Southampton. Whilst he was at Southampton, what ended up happening was he came back, he tried to break through, didn't work out. World Cup happened, a couple of mid-season friendlies, does his knee, and his career's never recovered from then. So it got to a position where now we need to decide what we're going to do with him. He's gone to Everton, it didn't work out. He's in a predicament, but Leipzig want him. Chelsea want £25 million for it. I don't know how that's possible with his injury record, but if they do it, bravo, I'll give him a round of applause. The other player is Carney Chukwuemeka, another injury-prone player, but you already know the deal with this. He wants to go to Dortmund. Leipzig want him. They want him on a permanent. Dortmund want him on a loan. It's a little bit sticky, mate. I don't know what's going to happen. Carney's going to have to decide what he wants to do. Chelsea will have to decide what they want to do and what's best for both parties. Personally, if I'm Carney, I'm looking for a permanent exit out of Chelsea because he needs to go and resonate his career, because if he's good enough, right, where he's playing consistently and stays fit, he can make the World Cup squad next year. That's how talented this kid is. And finally, Tariq George. They are interested in Tariq George. And for me, it's going to be unpopular. If the right bid comes in, and the bid could be anywhere near 20 to 25 million pounds. You know that Omari Hutchinson type sale that we did, where it was Omari went on loan, came back, and then we sold him for around about 20 million pounds plus add-ons, and then we had a sell on. If we can get a deal like that for Tariq George, I'm doing it. George is a good player, right? I just don't think he's Chelsea caliber. I think his ball striking is really good. I think he'll always get goals. The problem with Tariq George is I don't think he's explosive enough for the top tier footballers. I don't think he gets the separation from players. I don't think he's strong enough to get around them and then hold them off. And finally, I don't think he's agile enough to be expressing himself. That's my personal opinion. I'll let you know. But you lot let me know in the comments below. Who do you think would most benefit from this move? Because personally, I think this would be a perfect move for Carney. A lot of people are going to say George, but I don't know why they would even want Armando personally. Matt Law continues with excellent news, and one of the bits of information that he delivers is regarding Alejandro Garnacho. And what I liked about this article was Matt Law was very detailed. He said, look, Chelsea have done a background check, and this is where I'm saying now, prepare yourself, this deal's happening, right? Garnacho is going to become a Chelsea player. People won't like it. People are going to be moaning about it. People are going to be against it. However, it is going to happen. Because if they've done a background check and he clears, if the fee is now at 40 million when it was 60, I've spoken about this yesterday, we are going to get him. Because 40 million, and if it drops even further to 30 million, it is an opportunity they can't resist. So what I did was I started coping. You know, when things are going bad in life, you start looking for positives. So I said, there must be a reason Chelsea are looking at this player. There must be an analytical reason, data-related reason. I want to look at the basic stats. I am not one of those tacticos. I've never been. I don't look at the advanced analytics. The most advanced thing I'm going to look at is XG, XGA, and expected points. That's as far as it goes. I don't know this whole take-on rates, successful dribbles completed at this percentage and this quadrant. I don't do that. Each to their own, innit? But what I did was I looked at goals and I looked at games played, and then I looked at the minutes and I broke it down into goals every how many minutes. And when I looked at it, I can't lie to you, his numbers look good. And a lot of you are going to say, no, they don't. It's because we've lived in a world, right, for the last 10 to 15 years where Messi and Ronaldo have skewed statistics. They have made it seem that if you're not getting a goal a game, you're rubbish. If you're not getting one goal every 2 games, you are terrible. When in reality, a winger that plays 33 games in the Premier League, if he gets you 10 to 11 goals, I think that's good. 1 in 3 is good. I actually think some would even argue that's great. I think 1 in 2 is elite. 1 in 1 is generational. 1 in 4, decent. 1 in 5, okay, you know, poor. You're not Chelsea level. But you're getting the gist here. And look at this, 18-year-old Garnacho. In 36 games, he got 6 goals, right? That's a goal every 224 minutes, which is 1 in 2.5. So 1 goal in every 2.5 games at age 18. Then what happened is he got more minutes. The more minutes you get, the more time there is to figure out whether you're actually that or whether you're just good in small sample. What ended up happening is he got 10 goals in 50, so 1 in 10. However, if you break his minutes down, he ended up getting 1 in every 4. For a 19-year-old, that's good. Then he's improved this year. 20 years old Garnacho, 11 goals in 58 games. And now this is where he's at 1 in every 3.6 games. This is why they want him. His numbers don't lie. On paper, this kid is good. The problem is I got los ojos, I got eyes. And my eyes tell me he struggles to take a man on. My eyes tell me he's very one-dimensional. My eyes tell me he doesn't suit our system, because people are going to say, yes, he's a touchline winger, so he can take his man on, but he's not good at that. He's good in transition with space and with like space to knock the ball into and chase it. We play against low blocks. I don't know how it's going to work, but like I said, I think there's a lot of market opportunities there where they think they're going to get a player in, and then, and this is the key, right? They're going to Either develop him and flip him for more money, or just in essence, break even in a year's time. Because they've proven that. They don't mind cutting players as ASAP. But statistically, I understand why he's scoring really high. And at £13 million, they're going to do it. We got a quick here we go, just as I was about to record. And this here we go is for Marc Guiu. So a lot of people are going to say, why do we care about Marc Guiu? I think Marc Guiu is a good player. I don't think he's as good as Don says he is. And you know what? Don and I argue about this in the chat every day. I think what he is, he's a good third choice striker for Chelsea. He'll run around, he'll get stuck in, he'll give you maximum effort. In cup games, he can step up. I don't think he can lead the line yet. He needs to go on loan. What Chelsea have done, according to Fabrizio Romano, loan, no sale, no obligation to buy. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, right? Let's see what he's made of. Let's see if he can get the lap numbers. If he can get the lap numbers, brilliant. We've got a huge asset on our hands, and all of a sudden, we can decide what we're going to do with him next year. However, he's going to Sunderland. And I'm going to say some stuff that people are not going to like. And this is the harsh truth. At this moment in time, I am yet to remember, apart from 2 strikers in my lifetime that have gone to relegation battling sides that have done well. The 2 are Daniel Sturridge when he went to Bolton from Chelsea, and Romelu Lukaku when he went to West Brom from Chelsea. Romelu Lukaku, let's be honest, generational striker, right? Anyone that doesn't think he's a generational striker, open your eyes. In his generation, he was one of the best. He was top 10 as soon as he hit his prime. He used to get numbers. He wasn't aesthetically pleasing to watch, but he was effective. And even now, Rom gets numbers. Rom is a very, very productive footballer. I think the problem with Romelu Lukaku is a lot of people thought Rom was better than he actually was. And a lot of people started getting annoyed and started making it like him seem worse than he really is. The middle is he's a great striker. He gets good numbers. He's just not Benzema. He's not Lewandowski. He's not Harry Kane. But he's the tier below. He is someone in years that we're going to look at his stat sheet and we're going to say, wow, he scored goals everywhere he went. He is great for his country, Belgium. He is a great, great player. Daniel Sturridge, well, do I need to say much about Daniel Sturridge? If it weren't for injuries, he could have been one of England's greatest ever strikers of all time. That's how talented this kid was. Other than that, how many loans for any players that go to like bottom half teams end up well? Levi Colwill was another one. I don't like loans to bottom of the Premier League teams because what ends up happening is manager gets sacked, new manager comes in, doesn't care about loan players. What I prefer is Championship upper loan. Tammy was the prime example. Patrick Bamford was the prime example. Players go on loan to top half Championship, they slap goals, then they get a big move onto somewhere else. Omari Hutchinson is another example. You're almost replicating the Chelsea environment. A team that's got a lot of possession, they're meant to be good, they're attacking. Now with Guiu, I think like he's going to play for a relegation battle inside. He's going to have to run his socks off. The one chance he gets, he has to bury it. If he doesn't bury it, we don't know when his next chance is going to come. I am very interested to see how he does. I am not very confident about this loan move. I want to be positive, but like I say, I tell you the truth. I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, just because it'll get me more clicks. I'm sorry. I don't think this is a good move. Matt Law went on in his article to speak about Nicolas Jackson. And within his article, he basically said he still expects Newcastle to come in. Well, there's a domino that fell. It looks like Benjamin Sesko has picked Manchester United over Newcastle. Newcastle are having a horrible, horrible, wretched time at the moment. Genuinely, if I was a Newcastle fan, I would be so vexed. Like, I'd be so annoyed. I'd be broken. I'd be literally what I was when we were 12th under Graham Potter and Frank Lampard. Like, because everyone they go for is rejecting them. Anytime they think it can't get worse, it gets worse. Like, and it's got to the point now where Sesko now is not to go in there. And I feel like they're accidentally going to get the better end of the deal by potentially getting Jackson. But it's still risky. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy risky. According to Matt Law, they want to look for Jackson. Thing here is Jackson's spoken out now. Jackson's come out and said, look, I'm a Chelsea player. I'm on a mission to prove myself. I'm not in competition with my teammates. I am here to show the best version of myself. And if the manager wants to play me, we're going to do what's best for the club. And I'm here to prove myself. And for me, this is exactly what you want to hear. The thing is now, what he needs to do is take those words and put it into action. Because I think he's quickly become very underrated. I think people have forgotten what he can do. And now they talk about him like a bum. It's the whole Lukaku thing, you know. With Lukaku, it was either he's world-class, he's up there with Kane, Lewandowski, or he's absolutely terrible. There's nothing in the middle. And in this case, it's the filling of the sandwich, you know. It's not the two ends of the bread. Like, let's be honest here. Jackson is a very good striker in the Premier League. You put Jackson in, you offer him to many managers. Every manager in the league takes him either to be their second choice or in some cases start. Genuinely, I can't think of many teams that wouldn't take Nicolas Jackson. Liverpool would take him as a second choice. Manchester City would take him as a second choice. Arsenal would take him. Man United would start him. I think he's a second choice at Chelsea if it's a coin toss between him and Delap. I genuinely think it's at that stage now where we are underestimating this player. But if the right offer comes in, I'm happy to sell him. But if we go into this season with 3 forwards, and the 3 forwards are Joao Pedro, Delap and Jackson, boy, are we spoiled for choice. But this was the Kavkas View. I hope you lot enjoyed today's video. Like I said, we have absolutely smashed it in July. Thank you very much. This platform is as much about you guys as it is about me. I'm here presenting and talking about the news, but you lot build up the community. And the fact that I talk to 10,000 people on a daily basis about a club that I love, I am truly privileged. I appreciate that. Hit the like button, subscribe on your way out.